Let's compare the Gemilai Owl versus the Bambino Plus. They're both in the same mid-level price range for espresso machines, which is probably why comparing the two is one of the most common questions or comments that I get. In this video, we'll compare price range, pulling espresso shots, the drip tray differences, water tank, the steam wand, and also other little things so that you can see which espresso machine is right for you. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. It only takes a second and it really does help the channel a lot. First, let's start with price. The Bambino Plus currently retails at $500, while the Gemilai Owl retails for $400. This puts them in the same range, although the Owl has the advantage here since it's $100 cheaper. There's also sales going on all the time with both. At the time of this video, the Owl is on sale for $340, making it $160 cheaper. Now, something to note is the Bambino does have a non-plus version that Breville makes. This one is $300, but since I've never used that machine, I can't compare it. Now, when it comes to pulling shots, let's start with the portafilters. Bambino Plus comes with a 54mm portafilter. It's double spouted. Because Breville is so popular, you shouldn't have any issues with finding accessories or tampers for this size. They do put plastic on the bottom, which supposedly helps with your shots not losing heat and other things, but I'd rather they didn't do that. Now for the Gemilai, you get a much beefier 58mm portafilter, and that's the standard size for espresso machines. Even commercial espresso machines usually use 58mm. It's also double spouted, but no plastic here. I would say Gemilai definitely wins. Their portafilter is sturdier, and I love the extra space in a 58mm when you're puck prepping. Speaking of puck prep, here is the included tamper for the Bambino Plus. Kind of small, made of plastic, and here's the one for the Owl. Much bigger, also plastic, but it's pretty obvious the Owl comes with a better tamper. Let's go ahead and pull a shot with the Bambino first. Now, Breville uses what they call a thermojet heating system. You cannot adjust the temperature, but it is ready to pull shots almost instantly after turning it on, which is pretty nice. Also, I didn't realize this until later, but the shot you're looking at here was pulled with a pressurized basket, which the Bambino Plus comes with. It also comes with regular baskets. You can modify the pre-infusion, but only manually, and you cannot program this into the machine. You instead do this by holding down the shot button each time and then releasing it when you're ready for the espresso to start pulling. All in all, the Breville Bambino pulls great espresso, and the included pressurized baskets are nice for those of you that are just getting started and don't yet own a grinder. Let's now pull an espresso shot with the Gemilai Owl. No pressurized baskets are included here, so you will need a grinder, or if you don't have one yet, you'll have to purchase one. The Owl uses a PTC heater on the group head, which gets pretty hot. Unlike the Bambino, you have to let the machine warm up for a few minutes after turning it on. A nice bonus is that you can program the shot temperature and the pre-infusion time. The Gemilai also has a built-in timer, which we'll talk more about later. All in all, the Owl pulls great espresso also. Both do a great job, and the inclusion of multiple baskets makes the Bambino more user-friendly for beginners. However, I have to again give the Owl the win here. The added adjustment features not found on the Breville gives it the slight edge. Let's now steam milk with the Owl first. After you pull a shot, you have to wait at least 1 minute before the Owl tells you that the steam wand is ready to go. In my testing, I would actually recommend waiting closer to 1.5 minutes to get the wand hot enough to produce good steam and avoid watery milk. Now, purging first is always recommended on any espresso machine, but for the Owl, you really have to do this at least 10 to 15 seconds to get good milk texture. In fact, when I first started using this black Owl, I had a hard time figuring this out. I own a silver Gemilai that didn't have this issue, so I thought my new black Owl might have been broken. Once I figured out that I just needed to purge the wand a little bit longer and also let the machine warm up, it started working fine. And it is a very powerful steam wand. The built-in timer also starts automatically when you're steaming, which is an awesome feature. So while there is a steep learning curve here, the Gemilai Owl can steam good milk that works great for latte art. Now for the Bambino Plus. First of all, it's ready within seconds after pulling espresso, and the purge is also only a few seconds. Now, when I first used one, I had latte art textured milk on my very first try. There's also an auto milk feature. You can adjust the temperature on this, which I find it works about 80% of the time, but it's still a nice addition. No built-in timers here, although you can use the sound the Bambino makes to sort of count on your own. But even without the built-in timer, I think the Bambino Plus is the clear winner here for steaming milk. Even though the Owl's wand is more powerful, The Bambino Plus gets the job done just fine and is much easier to use as well. Finally, let's look at some additional features on both machines. The Bambino has a much larger cup warmer on top. It's also magnetic, so accessories like this mirror can attach to it with no problem. It will alert you when cleaning cycles are needed. Some find this annoying, but I like that feature, even if you can't skip it once it's there. As for the Gemilai Owl, it has a much larger drip tray, which is nice. Aesthetically, it's also a better looking machine, especially in this new matte black color that's now available. And as already mentioned, the timer, the temperature controls, and more are nice features to have. Also, water tank sizes on both machines are identical. Choose the right espresso machine based on what's important to you, but when it comes to additional features, for me it's essentially a draw. So comparing the two in this way, the Gemilai Owl is definitely the overall winner. However, if you've been unsure which of these two machines to get, both the Bambino and the Owl are solid choices. You honestly won't go wrong with either one. And even though the Owl comes out on top in this comparison video, at times I find myself using it as my daily espresso machine just because it is so easy to use. However, if I could only pick one, I personally would go with the Owl. Thanks for watching.